Yo, what's happening? It's your boy Jeswic, Fletcher, and you're now tuned in to the OCT podcast, the only critical thinking podcast where we think critical, we lead, and we walk in love. But most importantly, we understand that we are the creators.
I be showing love, I be showing love, L-O-V-E, I be showing love, I be showing love.
And today, man, I ain't playing no games with y'all. We gonna hop straight into it, man. It is 6:36 in the morning right now, and I gotta be at work at 8, so we gonna knock this one out. So today, when I woke up with one thing on my mind: who has what you want? And I just kept hearing it over and over, and I wanted to procrastinate. I wanted to just lay in the bed. I'm like, look, man, let me get a little bit more time before I get up and do what I have to do. But I kept hearing, who has what you want? Who has what you want? Who has what you want? And I'm like, man, who has what I want? And what are they doing to set in place to help create their future? What things are they making shift and move to assist them in the progression of their future? Who has what I want? And a lot of times, man, I was having a conversation with a couple of associates and my mom and some people I know, and we was having this conversation about who has what we want, and why is it that for the majority of us, we follow behind people that doesn't have what we want. We take advice from people who are not in the position or gain any success in the position or the area that we're trying to go. So who has what you want? That's the question of the day. And that's what I want you to ask yourself today. If there's someone in your life that's giving you advice and don't have anything you want, hey, stop taking advice from them. Not saying that they can't drop a seed in you that could be helpful in your future or give you some helpful advice. But for the majority of the time and for the majority of the advice that you should be receiving, it should be from someone who has what you want. Now, I want to also say this as well. When we talking about taking advice or following someone who has what we want, we have to set rules and guidelines in place. It can't just be following behind somebody who has what we want, because that can sometimes have a negative effect in our life because that person didn't follow these rules and guidelines. And the number one rules and guideline is, did that person gain what we want or what we are building with integrity? Because a lot of times there's people to gain things and get things without the integrity. If they didn't get it in integrity, I don't want it. Because see, what happens is when you don't gain these things with integrity, sometimes you can hurt someone else. Sometimes you can damage a future opportunity. Sometimes you can hinder your progress from a future situation because of what you did in the past without doing this certain thing with integrity. When you do it with integrity, a lot of times people will vouch for you. People will always say, you know what, he did it the right way. You know what, that's a man of integrity, and they'll go the extra mile for you. You see what I'm saying? Because always making sure you're doing something in good faith always gonna take you further than doing something conniving and backstabbing. And so and I get excited when I think about this, because I could have been still laying in that bed, not creating this episode. But who has what I want is Eric Thomas, E.T. And one thing, you know what he famous for, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you already heard it. He said, when you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then you will be successful. And a lot of us really don't want to succeed as bad as we want to breathe. Breathing is easy. But if I close my nose and I cover my mouth, and then that oxygen get cut off, and then I'm starting to become short of breath, and I can't hold my breath no more, and I'm fighting for air. That feeling right there is how bad you should want to succeed. It's easy to breathe because it comes natural to us. But once you start operating in what you want to accomplish, what are you building in the now? Once you start doing that repetition, then it become just as easy as breathing. You see where I'm coming from? So you gotta want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, man, and follow the people that has what you want. I was having a conversation with my brother, and I told him, I said, hey, I want to get my credit score up to, high sevens to 800, but I also want to build a long line of credit history, a long line of good payment history. And I want a thick profile. I don't want a thin profile, because I already seen what happened when you have good credit with a thin profile. I had a 704, which is kind of good. It ain't the best, but it's kind of good. And I went to go get this car and I only had one credit card. And guess what? I still had not a very good interest rate. I still had a high monthly payment on that car. So I looked up on YouTube and I said, you know what? Who has what I want? Let me go see what I want. Let me go see what I need out here in these streets. So I seen what had to happen and how I decided to go about it. And I decided this person got it with integrity, and he was a good man of faith of what he believed in, the works he put in. So I said, you know what? I'm going to follow behind that. So I told my brother about it. I said, you know what? I'm going to get 12 credit cards. And I know a lot of people like 12 credit cards. See, our parents and our parents, especially in our community, taught us that credit was bad. We don't need to use credit. But I tell everybody who says that credit is not bad. Listen, when it comes down to credit, it's power. When you look at Walmart, when you look at the houses or the apartments you renting, when you look at all these buildings, that's real estate. How did they purchase that real estate? Credit. So cash is king. But credit is power. And what's a king without power? What's a king without power? So I told my brother, I'm going to get 12 credit cards. And it's not for right now, but over the accumulation of time. And while I'm building these other trade lines, I'm going to also get different credit cards when the time is right. No, you don't want to have all these inquiries on your credit card, on your credit profile. No. You don't. So you have to know how to go about this situation. And that's how, when you find that person who has what you want, and he did it in integrity, and he did it the right way, these things will be taught upon you. These things will be taught to you. These things will be learned in the process. Of course, there are going to be bumps and roads. Of course, you're going to find your own type of drip to it, your own type of flavor to it, your own type of style to it, your own type of swag to it. Of course, you're going to find your own type of way to do these things, and that is okay. You got to find your own niche to that thing. You got to find your own way to that thing. You got to mold it for your way. So I got to mold it for the Fletcher way. I got to mold it for the Jeswic way. You feel what I'm saying? So let me ask you again, who has what you want? And how you going to do it? And how you going to find this person and follow behind this person so you could become the leader to the next person that's following behind you, that now you have what they want. So how you going to find what you want, man? And who has what you want? I was listening to Grant Cardone, and he had this motto, and he say, who has my money? I got to go out there and find who has my money. You know what I'm saying? Because the money is out there. So it's all about who has what I want in life so I can elevate and go to the next level. I ain't playing no games with y'all, man. I ain't playing no games with y'all. Hey, these podcasts coming out 2 times a week. I got to build this brand. I got to love this brand. I got to keep on working. I got to be at work at 8:30. I ain't playing no games with y'all. Who has what I want? Come on, man. So listen, man, I want y'all to ponder on what I said today. I want y'all to keep thinking about Okay, who has what I want? How did they get there? What steps did they put in place? What things did they line up? What things was done for them to get to that level? And what can I take from them? My mama said to me one time, we was coming from church, and it was a message that the preacher spoke that day. And the message that I got out of in the conversation me and my mom had, she said, you don't have to agree with everybody. But when somebody have what you want, you may not agree with them, but listen to what they say. How did they get there? What things was taught? Now, take what you can take out that situation. Put it in your jar of memory. Put that jar on the shelf. It may not make sense now, but put it on the shelf. Save it for later. So later in life, when you encounter this situation, you can go back and say, oh, you know what? I do remember when I got that information and I put it in my jar. So you could go back to that jar, use this information for your gain in the now. You get what I'm saying? So don't be quick to say, you know what? I just don't like this person. I ain't listening to nothing they saying. If that man got an integrity and he passed the first rule, it don't matter if I like that person. He got what I want. So let me hear what he got to say. I may not can use it now, but I can use it later. So don't be quick to shoot somebody down just because we don't like this person. You're not going to like everybody in your life that you encounter. But do they have what I want? It's better, yes, to find somebody that you do like and that you can resonate with. I will say that. But I just want to put it out there. Don't shoot the man down that you don't like. If he got that thing in integrity, okay, let me hear what he got to say. Okay. All right. I could, all right. And just put it up for later. But listen, man, I want you to ask yourself the questions, man. Who has what I want? Remember, you are a king, you are a queen, you are a god, you are a goddess. Nobody is better than you. I love you. You are me, I'm you. We're one of the same body. Keep your head up, keep your nose clean. You save the world, you live forever. Peace.
I be showing love.